Shalom, it's your brother Warumya. I'm back with another lesson. Lord willing, it'll be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Maharakakadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, Akim and Akwaf, that believe and have faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah in these last days, man. Praying to be a part of the hopeful elect. We're going to go into a little bit of this beast system that's being set up, man. And it's pretty much coming to the forefront. Everybody pretty much knows about it. But you're going to see the technology that Esau is bringing to the earth. And as you see, Australia invented a house-building robot that lays 1,000 bricks per hour and builds a house in 2 days, man. So you see the technology that Esau has, and they're going to put you out of work, man. All the fields that that you come accustomed to thinking, well, it's a good trade or a good job or you can make a good living on it, they're taking it away, man. They want to set up a system where you're only going to be able to get a certain amount of money per month. And like what the WEF, Klaus Schwab said, you will own nothing and be happy, man. So let's get into the videos, and I have some scriptures. Lord willing, to be short today. But I ain't going to bring all the scriptures I wrote down out. I'm just going to bring out a couple of them, man. Like I said, Lord willing, to be edifying. Let's get into it.
Australians build houses. They don't use migrant laborers. They don't use concrete men. They build a house in just 2 days. It's an incredible operation. How does it do it? This machine right here, it's a house-building robot developed in Germany. The machine is mounted directly on a truck. To build a house, you have to design a model on a computer in advance. Then the computer transfers the data to the robot, and then you can start building. And the amazing thing about this robot is, this 28-meter long telescopic arm, what's that? At 28 meters, it can build a 9-story building. At the top of the telescopic arm, there's vision. At the top of the arm, there's a vision camera and a laser tracker. This allows the bricks to be picked up precisely and place them in the right place. And that's not all. If the bricks are too big, the bricks can be automatically cut. Overall, anything a bricklayer can do, this building robot can do. And traditional house building requires concrete reinforcement, but this robot doesn't seem to use it. Instead, it uses an industrial adhesive. It's said to be stronger than concrete, and it's also thermally and acoustically conductive, which means that in about 45 minutes, it takes about 45 minutes to make the bricks very strong. This is a set of operations. It increases the overall efficiency of the building process. It can lay 1,000 bricks per hour. Isn't it amazing?
I think it'll build a house in 2 days, man. 2 days. And I'm in the service work, so. And just like they built the house, they go in and shit painted and laid sheetrock and everything. Sanded. Come on, man. Painted. Yeah, they can do all that, man. So they ain't gonna need Issachar to build no more houses, Jake to do concrete and, you know what I'm saying, roofs and shit, man. They ain't gonna need us for that, man. They ain't gonna need us no more for these jobs, man, to build houses and buildings. It's over with, man, because the system they're going to is this.
Very controversial new Whole Foods in Washington, D.C. You have to scan to check in. You have to scan to check out. You have to scan to leave the checkout. And then you have to scan to leave the store.
That's cool. See, they make you have to scan for everything, man. So the system is in place. And the data that they have set up, man, they collected everything, man. Everything. Let's get this.
This is what they look like. There are 2 of them. These are from our lab in Burnaby in British Columbia. From the outside, they look like giant black monoliths. Big metal boxes. About 10 feet on a side, 12 feet tall. And they are powered, they have a fridge inside them, a refrigerator that cools these chips to almost absolute zero. Just a wisp, a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. Hundreds of times colder than interstellar space. amongst the coldest and most isolated and extreme conditions that humans have ever been able to engineer. These fridges, interestingly enough, which are called pulse tube dilution refrigerators, have a thing called a pulse tube, which emits a sound roughly once per second, which sounds eerily like a heartbeat. So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it is an awe-inspiring thing, at least for me. It feels like an altar to an alien god. They really are impressive machines. At the heart of this big box is a tiny chip about the size of your thumbnail. And on this chip resides all of the wonder and magic that makes this thing go. In quantum mechanics, there's this concept that a thing can exist in two states which are mutually exclusive at the same time, quote unquote. And I'm using those words because the English language was developed before we had concepts to describe what these things actually are doing. Imagine that there really are parallel universes out there. And now imagine you have two that are exactly identical in every respect, all the way out to the horizon as far as we can see, down to the last little atomic detail of every single thing, with only one difference. And that's the value of a little thing called a qubit on this chip, which is a contraction of quantum bit. And that qubit is very much like a bit or a transistor in a conventional computer. It has two distinct physical states, which we call 0 and 1 for bit. In a conventional computer, these are mutually exclusive. That device is either one or the other and never anything else. In a quantum computer, that device can be in this strange situation where these two parallel universes have a nexus, a point in space where they overlap. And when you increase the number of these devices, every time you add one of these qubits, you double the number of these parallel universes that you have access to, until such time when you get to a chip like this, which is about 500 of these bits, you have something like 2 to the 500th power of these guys living in that chip. So the way I think about it is that the shadows of these parallel worlds overlap with ours. And if we're smart enough, we can dive into them and grab their resources and pull them back into ours to make an effect in our world. Now, this may sound very odd to you and bizarre, and in fact, I am using language that a normal theoretical physicist probably wouldn't use, but this is, what I'm telling you is absolutely correct and in line with the way that these things actually work. The doubling of the number of these qubits on the chip has happened once a year for the past 9 years. So for the last 9 years, every year, the number of these qubit devices has doubled, and it will continue to do so.
So he subliminally told you that this is their God, and they want to chip everyone, man. So this is a video back from 2013, and Esau don't talk. He never talks straightforward. You have to read between the lines, man, because he never talks straightforward. He's not going to tell you, well, this is what we want to do. This is exactly some Edomites do, but the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, upper deal with the elite. They talk talking code, man. They talk around about. And they kept going into chips and chips and chips. And that was, like I said, it was about 2013, man. So it just was getting the people aware of what's coming. Because they said for the last 9 years they've been doing that. So they already had these things planned out for many, many years, man. And now you're starting to see what Esau had set up. They're starting to bring it out to the forefront, man. They're starting to bring it out to the forefront. You're not going to be able to deny this is it. We are at the end. There's no way around being at the end. Because the things Esau had planned is manifesting, man. This is Job 20. And I'm going to drop down to verse 17. It says, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, and the brooks of honey and butter. So what he has planned, he's not going to see his blessing. Well, not even say his blessing. He's not going to see his work of his hands come to fruition, man. His promised land, in other words, man. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, and the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. See that? Everything they're planning, they're not going to be able to accomplish it, man. And like I said, they've been doing this for many, many years. He said it. He said, according to his substance shall the restitution be. Let's get that word restitution. Just a quick Google definition. The restoration of something lost or stolen to its proper owner. And that's talking about his blessing, man. He's trying to labor to get his blessing, his kingdom of heaven back, man, which was given to Jacob, man. He's trying to restore what he was taken from him, which Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had already set it up through the Spirit that he wouldn't get that blessing. And he's trying to get it back, man. He says that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So he's setting up a false kingdom of heaven, man. He's setting up the earth to be the way he imagines, he fixes it to be in his mind, man. And the Lord put the Spirit on them for them to think that way, man. And you see like the 13 families that, you know what I'm saying, that had the, basically that they control the earth and control the, the companies and the businesses on earth. They're not going to accomplish what they're seeking for, man. They're not going to accomplish it, man. This is a New Living Translation. It says, they will give back everything they worked for. Their wealth will bring them no joy. See that? So everything they're working for and striving to do to bring this false kingdom, they're not going to have any joy in it, man. The Lord is going to take it down. Go down to the Good News Translation. It says, they will have to give up all they have worked for. See that? Everything they're working for, they're going to have to give it up, man. So they done polluted the water, the air, stole many resources and everything, man. I'm not going to go through and say exactly, but you should know this by now, man. He says they will have no chance to enjoy their wealth, man. So they're not going to have any chance to rejoice in their kingdom. This false kingdom, man, that the spiritual demon Satan promised them, man. They're not going to have any joy in it, man. The Lord's going to cast it out of their bellies, man. And we're going to read that now. It says, where was I at? Salakia. I lost my place. It was 12. Was it 12? 17, Salakia. Verse 19, it says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. See that? He took it away and stole all of every nation's goods. It's going to be taken away from him. He says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. So he's not going to enjoy anything, man. He shall not save of that which he desires. See? He's not going to be able to put it aside, man. Put it up. To sit back and kick his feet up. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. See, all the earth is controlled by Esau Edom, man. He controls the shipping lanes, the goods going from China and all these other nations. He controls all that. But they're going to be taken away from Esau's going to be stripped butt naked. He already stripped bare, but he's going to be stripped butt naked, man. And we're seeing it come to pass right before our eyes, man. Him setting up all these different smart cities and taking down other nations to bring forth his agenda. We seeing it right before our eyes, man. Just like in Hawaii, those native people, those Japhetic people, they had the land And man, everybody can speculate what happened, but it really don't matter what happened. But they already got the damn land up for sale now, man. So he basically destroyed that land over there just to get them people out of the way. And every nation, the earth is rising up against him, man. And we're going to get that as well. Let me continue on. This is verse 21. It says, "There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits." As soon as he got everything he got lined up, he going to be in straits, man. "Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." See? So when he think he got everything set in place, his agenda is complete. He's starting to put those small grain of rice chips in people, man. He think he gonna have everything set up, man. He got all the robots set up to build houses and everything, man. The smart cities, the grocery stores, you got to scan to get in, scan to get out, scan, all that shit, man. As soon as he feel like everything is perfect for him to sit back and kick his feet back, the hand of all the nations are going to rise up against him, man. We slowly seeing that with Russia, man. Russia is backing all these nations are joining to Russia, man. But Esau think he's going to accomplish his goals, man. So his agenda is continually being pushed forward. And the Russians, I always say this, Russians are also Edomites as well, man. But the Lord is just using them to come against these Edomites, man. He says, "When he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him." See that? So as soon as Esau kicked back and filled his belly, the Lord gonna cast the wrath of his wrath upon him, man, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See, while he is enjoying his system, the beast system, while he's enjoying it, the Lord is gonna rain the wrath of his wrath of those missiles on this place, man. "He shall flee from the iron weapon." See that? He's telling you exactly what's going to be shot over here, man. In various other places around the earth, man. The iron weapon, man. The iron weapon. "He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." See, those nuclear missiles are going to punish him, man, and take down his kingdom. He says, "It is drawn and cometh out of the body." Talking about those nuclear silos. "Yea, the glittering sword." See that? The glittering sword is when you shoot those missiles up and the sparkle from the fire come out of them. I shouldn't have to explain detail for detail because you should understand it, man. "The glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him." See that? As soon as he think he's kicked back, got his feet kicked up, eating good, the terrors are going to be upon him, man. And those missiles are a terror to him, man. The chariots are a terror to him. The Lord is a terror to him. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua coming back, man. "All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him." See that? "It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle." See that? They got these underground bunkers and these underground cities and shit. It's going to go ill with them, man, that's left in their tabernacle, man. Because like I said before, man, you got a bunker in Babylon the Great. It's not going to be deep enough for all the missiles that's going to hit, man. There's going to be 200 million missiles that's going to be shot off. And now you see that, you know what I'm saying, when the apostles brought that out many years ago, a lot of people scoffed against the missiles. And I think it was that group out of Chicago. But it don't really matter. They scoffed about 200 million missiles. They was like, nah, it ain't going to be 200 million missiles, man. But now you see Russia backing these African countries, man. And now they're backing them to give them the weapons that they desire to have to defend their country, man. And those nuclear missiles are going to be some of the weapons that's given to them, man. So it's not far-fetched for that many missiles to be shot over here, man, because Russia is backing 41 African nations over there, man. So just imagine just those nations alone get 30 nukes compared with Russia's 7,000 that we know of, man. And I'm pretty sure we don't know the amount of missiles they got, man. They probably been making them and storing them up for many, many years, man. We don't know. We don't know how many missiles they got. They got 7,000. America got 6,000. Man, they probably got tens of thousands of missiles, man. This is their blessing now. Don't forget, this is their blessing. So they continue to tweak those swords that they was blessed with, man, every year, man. We don't know how many missiles they got, not including the ones that's in the land and the ones that's in the air, on the planes and the damn submarines, man, and drone nuclear missiles. So it's not far-fetched for it to be 200 million missiles that's going to hit this place, man. And that's biblical prophecies, man. That biblical prophecy. It's going to be 200 million missiles that take Babylon the Great out. So I just brung that up because, you know what I'm saying, they were scoffing at that. I believed it the whole time, man, but they scoffed at that when the apostles brung that out. It's going to be 200 million missiles that hit. When one nuclear warhead might have anywhere from 10 to 25 nukes on it, man. And they won't give out all this knowledge because they don't want the enemies to know exactly what they got, man. So let's get back to it. This is verse 27. It says, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. That's what's happened to Esau, man. The earth is rising up against him. Because none of those African nations want anything to do with Esau, man. They don't want a goddamn thing to do with the West. None of the African nations want anything to do with the West, man. They don't want their money. They don't want their aid. They don't want nothing from them, man. So the earth is rising up against Babylon the Great, and I would say the Edomites, man, the Western Edomites. The earth is rising up against them, man. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. See that? In the day of the Lord's wrath, Esau's gonna give up everything they hid and buried and should try to keep. The Lord's gonna bring all that back up, man. All the gold and silver and platinum and all these fine minerals that they have, diamonds to shit. It's all type of different stones, man. We ain't even seen before, man. Should not even touch that Esau has, man, that the earth produced. This is Job 5. Just drop down to verse 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. So the Lord is going to disappoint them, man, that they won't get their new war, the NWO set up, man. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night, man. So the Lord is setting them up to be destroyed, man. He putting his spirit on them to think they're going to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. And then the Lord's going to cast them out, man, in his wrath, man. Cast them down, Salaki, in his wrath. This is Psalm 64. Like I said, I ain't going to make it long, man. I ain't going to make it long at all. Just a glimpse into his crafty devices, man, being brung down, man. This is a Psalm of David. I'm 64, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, the voice, Salaki, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. And Esau is definitely our enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that's the Edomites, man. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that's what they do. They've been doing that for many years against the children of Israel, man. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in their slaughter. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune to lay snares privily. They say, who shall see them? See that? They're setting up the NWO and they say, who gonna see us, man? Who gonna stop us, in other words, man? They don't see the Lord returning, man. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both their inward thoughts of them, both their inward thought of them, of everyone of them, and the heart is deep. See, they think deep to what they're gonna do, man. Just like the guy said that those two systems they had in there can get as cold as the outer space, man. I forgot exactly how he said they would get, how cold they would get. But he said you can, outer space, they get as cold as outer space some damn where, man. These motherfuckers, man, they do a diligent search, man. They search at everything. They say their thoughts are deep, man. They think of what's going to happen. They do this. What's going to happen? They do that. They trying to outthink the Lord, man. Verse 7, it says, but power shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And it's just what we read in Job, man. Job 20. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. See that? They telling us what they're trying to do, man. Dude just told you about the chips and all this shit, man. He telling you what they want to do, man, to the people, man. Those things that it says it's like a god to them, man. Those AI, I forgot what he called them. It really don't matter. But he told you they want to set up these stations to increase in chips, and that's what he said, man. I ain't saying exactly the way he said it, man, because there was a lot to remember. But for the most part, you get the gist of what I'm saying, man. If you don't understand what what I'm trying to get at is, go back and watch the video, man. That was the 2013, man. So that was 10 years ago, man. So just imagine what they got now. He says, verse 9, it says, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of power, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. His righteous shall be glad in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and shall trust in him. And all the upright in heart shall glory, man. And that's what we're going to do when the Lord take those people down, man. We're going to glory in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because he is worthy to be praised, man. He is worthy to be praised. This is Psalms 11, and I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, for lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready the arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. Man, that's what they're doing, man. They setting up this system to come against us, man. To eliminate the children of Israel, man. 3, it says, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? See, if the foundation of the earth, man, be destroyed, what can the righteous do, man? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is in his holy temple. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of man. So the Lord put his spirit on the wicked, man. He said, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. So he's going to protect the elect from what's coming, man. He's going to protect the elect, man. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares. See that? We keep going to him shooting these missiles on these elite, man. Fire and brimstone and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. The destruction is the portion of their cup, man. For the righteous Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua loveth righteousness. His countenance doeth behold the upright. So his countenance sees the upright in heart, man. The elect. And he's going to be with us, man. He's definitely going to be with us, man. And that's why I do these lessons, because I feel in my spirit the Lord is going to be with us, man. And I know for a fact, I ain't going to say I feel it. I know for a fact the Lord is going to be with us, man. Because the Lord is faithful and true, man. These words are faithful and true, man. And the Lord is not going to fulfill his promise. This is Psalms 10, and I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, man. And that's what we praying to the Lord, man. Let them be taken in the device that they imagine, man. This NWO, man. This small grain of rice microchip, man. For the wicked boasteth in his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua bore. So Esau just does wickedly, man. You should know that by now. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after power. Power is not in all his thoughts, man. So he do a diligent search about the earth and trying to bring people down and search your DNA, your blood, and all that shit. But they don't see the Lord, man. The Lord is not in their thoughts, man. They believe that, the earth is, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, but they feel like they will never see the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. What he did to the children of Israel is going to be nothing compared to what he's going to do to the Edomites, man. And he loved us. Just imagine what he's going to do to those he hates. Verse 5, he says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, man. So he still puff at his enemies, man. He think nobody's ever going to take him down, man. The pride of his heart has deceived him, man. Back in Obadiah, man. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So Esau don't think nothing is ever going to happen to him, man. He can continue to rape, rob, and murder these nations, and nobody's ever going to come up to him, man. Nobody's ever going to test him, in other words, man. But all the nations are ready. They're puffing up at him, man. All these nations are ready to fight him, man. But he thinks he's pulling their bluff, man. He'll go in and do little shit in their country, and don't think nobody ever gonna come up against him, man. And that's the pride the Lord put on him, man. His pride is way more than Pharaoh. He got way more pride than Pharaoh got, and that's just the spirit of the Lord putting on him, not puffing him up, but yeah, he is puffing him up, man. He put it in the spirit and let him think that nothing is ever going to happen to him, man. Nobody's ever going to be able to take him down, man. But that time is coming very, very soon, man. We can see it. We can see it clear as day, man. This is Psalms 49, and I just want to start at verse 6. It says, they that thrust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give power ransom for him. See that? So the Lord is going to bring these people down, man. And they think that, well, they're going to be able to bring, like, well, what was the other guy, that had 9 damn heart surgeries? He thought his riches was going to get him out of being put to death, man. And all the other, they do that same thing, man. They drink with their blood, their adrenochrome, and they, take your organs, and they shit down it, you know what I'm saying, your melanin, man. They want your melanin, man. So they think that their riches are going to always have them above everybody, man. It says, for the redemption of their souls is precious, and it increaseth forever. It increaseth forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. See that? He thinks he's going to live forever, man, and not see corruption, man. He don't think he's ever going to be judged, man. Let's get this in another translation. New Living Translation. He said, to live forever and never see the grave. That's how they think, man. They think their nation is never going to go down. They think their kingdom is never going to go down, man. It's right here again. It says, New Living Translation, to live forever and never see the grave. And that's how Esau thinks, man. They'll never see the grave. They'll never come down from rulership. Good News Translation, to keep us from the grave, to let us live forever. And that's what they saying, man. That's what I think. One of them things is one of those articles I think I've seen where they think they can live forever, man. The God gene. That's what they're researching, the God gene, that they will live forever. This is a madman, man. He think he is higher than the Lord, man. Man, it's a pride, man. He's prideful, man. Verse 10, it says, for he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. So basically, they think when they do die, they leave their wealth to their family, man, because they know reincarnation, man. They know they'll come back in their third and fourth generation. So they build up this wealth, and they continue to marry in their family, so the wealth never leaves. The scriptures, man, point them out perfectly, man. You can't get around this right here, man. Verse 11, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's plain, man. And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, and they do. That's plain, man. As they do with the streets and businesses, man. Clothing lines, they call it after their own name, man. They call it after their own name, so they know who is who, man. Even these businesses, they set up signs and shit that subliminally talk to each other. Only people that don't know is these lower class people, man. The men of the Lord, we know everything Esau has and what he has done and what he's bringing out, man. You know what I'm saying? We know all the things they bring out, man. Because he said, what does the scriptures tell you that what how scripture go? It's two of them I'm thinking of. The Lord reveals his secrets to the servants of prophets. And the other one is the craftiness of the wicked, the vices of the wicked. Something to that effect. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. And I'm going to start at verse 3. He says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, Salakia, except there be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power, or that is worshipped, so that he is as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power, man. And that's what this man has done, man. He think he's setting up his NWO, man, and every nation is going to worship him. And he believes if you take that small grain of rice chip, it is going to be you worshiping him, man. Because you're taking the mark that is set aside for him, man. The Edomites, man. You setting a sign up to be marked by him. And you're going to be destroyed with him if you take that mark, man. Dropping down at verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And that's the men of the Lord, man. We consuming him through the spirit by the word, man. And shall destroy him, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. That's him. That's him to the T, man. With all power, signs, and lying wonders. That's Esau, man. The so-called white man the Bible speaks of, man. We know who Satan is, and Satan means adverse. He's adverse to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, and to the children of Israel, man. Let's get one more, and we'll end it, man. I didn't want to make it long. It's Isaiah 14. Let me get to it. We'll end it after this. Just the Spirit give me another one. I got a couple more written down, but it ain't. I just want to make a point on it. Those videos. This is Isaiah 14, and I just want to drop down to verse 12. And it says, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, man? And Esau claims to be the Illuminati, man, the light bearers. So Lucifer just means light bearer. And he's falling down, man. His kingdom is finna go down. Verse 13, it says, For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of power. I will sit also upon the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north, man. And we are in the north country, man. We're in North America, man. Babylon the Great, man. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, man. So his goal was to be like the Most High, man, and to be over his people, man. And if you take that mark, man, you're going to be destroyed with Esau, Edom, man. Because this man he has no power. Just like people fear Satan, Satan has no power. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has the power. But I'm going to end it there, man. Lord willing, was edifying. Shalom.